everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for SpiegelMom Scraps. Today I am using this beautiful sketch that I showed at the beginning of the video, and it is from Stick It Down, and I believe it was designed by Laura Rumble, who was a former sparkler herself, and it is an amazing sketch, so I definitely wanted to use that one for this layout. Now, I decided to go pretty literal with it, and I'm going to apologize right now for the lighting. It goes in and out, and that's because the window right in front of me was open and the sun was super bright, and I was trying to block it off, but it still apparently was, you know, causing problems. So it's going to get super bright and then it'll go back. So I'm sorry about that. I'm using these two papers, and these are from Felicity Jane. I think it's called Hello Christmas, and it was from 2016. I bought the collection, and I have been hoarding them because they're so beautiful, and I didn't want to use them up, but I figured they were perfect for this layout. And I'm using this cut file. This is from the Cut Shop, I believe, and it is a love heart. And so I am using some glue dot runner adhesive. I think that, you know, one of those kind of blonde moments I'm having right now. I can't think of what it's called, but it's glue dots anyway. And that works out perfectly because it gets in all of those little pieces and all the little lines, because I'm creating a shaker pocket. And I just adhered down my acetate. I did go off screen to do that because I had to line it up and it was kind of hard to see. So now I'm using some white craft foam and just cutting some thin strips, and that is going to be the kind of lift behind my cut file to allow the room for the sequins to shake around. And I'm just going to put that all the way around this inside heart, and then I do put some around the like outside heart as well, just so that it's even when I adhere it down to the page. Now, if you haven't already, you should head on over to the 15 Minutes to Scrap with SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook group. That's where you're going to see what the sparklers are creating, and also any challenges or sales that are going on. So you don't want to miss out on that, because there's frequently awesome things happening in the group. There's also the Instagram account where you can find out about interesting things going on, and Crafty Maggie does an amazing job on the Insta stories. And if you tag SpiegelMom Scraps in your creations, there's always a chance that you are going to be featured too, so you never know. So just still working on the craft foam here, and I'm using white craft foam. That way if it shows through, it's not as obvious as if I had used like hot pink or something like that. So now I'm just trying to decide, I think, on my sequins. And I use a little bit of baby powder. They have those like special tools, you know, that have basically baby powder in them or cornstarch in them that decrease the static. And I don't know, I just bought a bottle of baby powder. It just seemed cheaper to me and easier, and I just squirt a little bit in, and I use my fingers and like a paper towel or something to rub it around, and it works, I think, just as well. I mean, I don't know, I've never had one of the tools, but a little tip for you. So now I am using some parchment paper, and this is from Cardstock Warehouse, and it is a little bit more opaque than vellum, and I am in love with it. It's like the weight of copy paper almost, and it's, yeah, very nice. So I decided to use one of these 8-inch doilies that I also got from SpiegelMom Scraps, and place that behind where I'm putting this heart. And then I'm using the sequins from the Nice List Sequin mix, and this was a Christmas release last year, so it's an older mix, but it's still available in the shop, and it's one of my favorites because it's got the beautiful like blue teal color, and it also has some red in it and some it's kind of like a gray white, and so I decided to use some of it up here and just gluing everything down and placing my love heart down. And I really love how this turned out. The shaker pocket is awesome. As you can see there, I gave a little demo. So then I had gotten a call and of course forgot to hit record. So all you missed is I chose a photo and I backed it. I used some of the sparkly black cardstock that I used to cut the heart out, some of the diagonal gray, and then I also brought in a pearlescent paper, also from the cardstock warehouse, called Lagoon, and it is like a, I guess, pearlescent. It's sparkly and it's really thick and I love it. So now I'm going to use these pink fresh little alphas and put my title on, and it's just going to be "You Fill My Heart with Love." The picture is just a picture of my husband and my youngest daughter and our 2 dogs just hanging out on the couch like they do. It's always a kind of a pile on daddy situation, so they really do fill my heart with love. So I'm just going to use these black letters for the "You Fill My Heart" and "with," I believe, and then I pull out some red foil stickers that I got from my local scrapbooking shop, and they are Recollections, and they are just like a red foil, and I use the lowercase font of them. And I apologize, I could have sped this up a little bit because, you know, putting down these tiny alphas, they are gorgeous and I love them, but wow, are they finicky. I mean, I don't know if anybody else struggles with them, but they never seem to turn out straight, and I think it's because my fingers are always in the way, and I've tried using the tweezers like I see other people do, and yeah, I don't know. My brain cannot function with those tweezers that you have to pinch to open. Like, they just, I don't know. My brain doesn't like them at all. I don't know why, but I guess it's because that's not the way I'm used to tweezers working. You're supposed to pinch them, right? So anyhow, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to pull in some hearts off of, I believe it's a Pebbles collection, a Valentine's sticker sheet. I believe it's Pebbles that I pulled out. Let me see. No, I'm sorry. It's We Are Memory Keepers Crush Valentine's sticker sheet. And I wanted to add some red because there is some red in that sequin mix, and I added a little bit of the teal on the outside with that paper behind my photo. So I definitely want to incorporate some of the red as well, just so that it's not only in the heart. So that's how I do that. And also with the love word. And I'm sorry, I have no idea where I went. I disappeared. I'm probably looking through my stickers because I really wanted I wanted to use a specific font for the word love, and it turns out that I didn't have enough letters for it, or any of the letters, to be honest. So I wanted to use these stickers here, and I think it's called Peppermint or something like that. But I have none of the stickers that I needed, so here I'm just pulling out the hearts. I was thinking about using one of the words from this sticker sheet. This one here I was going to use for the word love. However, it was actually the word lovely, so then when I cut it off, it didn't have the white border on the tail of the E. And also it ripped and it just wouldn't stick back together right, so I decided, no, I'm not going to use that. And I was looking to see if there's anything else on this sticker sheet, because I love this sticker sheet and I would like to use it more. But again, it's one of those situations where I'm kind of hoarding it too, because, you know, if you use it, it's gone. So I'm just pulling off some of these red hearts and sticking them around. And I don't really have like clusters, I guess. I just kind of put them around my title and then on the other side of the photo there. So here I'm pulling off these red foils, and these are going to be hard to see because of the lights in my room, but they are just, you know, nondescript red foil alphas. And so I'm going to go with that, and then I am going to scatter a couple of the sequins around as well. So like I said, head on over to Facebook and join the 15 Minutes to Scrap with SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook group. Also, you can use my code Daisie15 for 15% off your next purchase in the shop, and that works not all the time, but sometimes it works with sales as well. So definitely check it out. You can always put it in and see if it'll, you know, stack up the coupons or whatever so that you have more savings. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye!